Well, time now to get the week's eye catchers from Tom Segal, who joins me on the phone now. And Tom, we've got to start with the Arc. Bit of a shock result.
Yeah, that was a bit one from left field. I mean, looking back at it, you could make a case out for Salemia. She'd beaten Chiretta at Saint Cloud, I think, earlier in the season. She'd run okay in the Vermeil. I suppose the Pellier factor and the soft ground brought her into it, but it was a massive step up on previous form to see her winning. To be honest, the Japanese horse was 5 minutes the best, wasn't it? I mean, drawn 18, held up out the back, lapped the whole field, and then just got tired in the last half furlong. It was a tremendous performance from the Japanese horse. I think it was, as the Racing Post rating suggests, it's probably a very poor Arc, but nevertheless, the Japanese horse showed a ton of ability and a bit unlucky to be caught close home.
And what about a couple of the 3-year-olds that finished in behind? Of course, Camelot, Great Heavens. Were there valid excuses, or is that just as good as they are?
No, I'd still like Camelot. I mean, I still think Camelot's a good horse. I think things have gone wrong for Camelot since the Irish Derby, really. I mean, it's a hard thing to keep a 3-year-old on the go from the start of the season right the way through the end. It takes a really special horse. Camelot, I still think is going to be a very good horse next year. I think a mile and a quarter will be his trip. I think he wants fast ground. I thought he had no chance whatsoever on Sunday. I thought it was just the wrong race, wrong ground. Everything was wrong for him. Ran a little bit better than I thought, actually. I thought he'd finish last, or near last. So I'd still give him a chance. Great Heavens, I just don't think it's good enough. I mean, I think that was a bit of a left field choice from John Gosden to supplementary. I think it was a sporting choice, but I think deep down he knew she wasn't good enough.
And what about your thoughts on the rest of the Longchamp card? Any eye catchers in the 2-year-old races, perhaps?
See, I thought Olympic Glory was fine. Didn't think much of the fillies race. Whiz Kid has been threatening to do that for years in the Abbey. It was nice to see her win for lots of reasons. And no, not really. I thought obviously the Arc was the best race. I thought the rest of it sort of went to plan, really.
Looking at the domestic action on Saturday, and you tipped up Skillful in the paper, and that one won very easily in the big handicap at Ascot.
Yeah, I think 6 furlongs on soft ground would be a really good horse, that. I mean, it canted all over those, didn't it? It was lots of, the Air Gold Cup winner and lots of fast horses couldn't get anywhere near it for half the race. A little bit tired before the end. Skillful back at 6. I think it's probably a horse to follow, really. I mean, rated 105 or 106 already, so in the 100 would be a group horse, I think, to follow in those group races. I wondered whether John Gosden might think of the big race on Champions Day over 6 furlongs at Ascot. I think he could be a factor there.
Skillful is out in front, edging over to the near side, trying to repel Don't Call Me. Skillful now all out, but he's holding Don't Call Me to a length and a half on the run up towards the line, and Skillful settled this at halfway and will see it out well. Skillful beat Don't Call Me, 3rd for Arnold Lane, tight for 4th, Captain Ramy.
And other winners on the card included How Fez and Bungle in the Jungle. Any standout performances for you?
I thought How Fez did fine. Not really. I thought at Newmarket, the James Fanchill's horse that won the handicap there, Blazing Speed, looks like a horse that could progress and do well in the future. I think mile and a half, stepping up to a mile and a half will suit him well. I thought he was impressive in the last furlong over there, but the obvious ones were the ones that struck me. Skillful, I think, was probably the pick of them.